In Episode 9 of The Last Frontier, what once seemed like a chaotic investigation turns into an organized power struggle for the truth, and tensions that were already high reach a new boiling point. The episode begins with the entire CIA task force, led by Jacqueline Bradford, arriving in Fairbanks, changing the balance between local law enforcement and local law enforcement alone. A high-stakes conflict between escaped convicts, corporations, and bureaucracy. Meanwhile, Sidney Scofield takes to the stage, desperate to uncover the truth and uncover secrets hidden beneath layers of lies. What's fascinating is that Sidney is so much more than just running. Instead, she made plans, left breadcrumbs, and even called 911 to force her pursuers to stay on the run and lead them where she wanted to go. It's bold, risky, and shows how far she's willing to go to make it public. As the investigation intensifies, contrasts in motives become apparent. For Bradford and his CIA allies, stopping Sidney is not a matter of justice but of self-preservation. Bradford's goal is not truth but containment. She knows how exposure will affect her power and legacy. For Sidney, the problem is moral, even existential. This conflict between convenience and conscience becomes the core of the episode. Through this conflict, the series strengthens its central moral ambiguity. The more the web develops, the less clear it becomes about who is truly good and who is bad. The commissioners, led by Frank Remnick, go from rescuers to stubborn pawns in a game they don't fully understand. Meanwhile, Sidney, a former investigator, becomes a vigilante of sorts as his ethical boundaries become blurred. This moral sadness lends weight to the episode, as does blood and bullets. He asks what fairness actually means when everyone is hiding something. Visually and narratively, Convergence maintains a strict balance. Hunting in remote hydroelectric dams, harsh, cold, and isolated locations emphasizes the isolation and danger inherent in hunting. Yet the core emotions of betrayal, despair, fear, and hope remain human. The cinematography and packing of the film serve to increase the tension of the story rather than clouding it. This is a win for an ambitious series like The Last Stand. But here's where this episode reflects the season's broader flaws. Duplicate secrets, protocols, and code names, such as Archive 6 and Atwater Protocol, can sometimes undermine trust. In a thriller, details like this are supposed to draw you deeper. Here they sometimes distract the audience, forcing them to pay more attention not only to the chase, but also to the plot. Some of the early, gripping survival drama mixed with investigation risks being drowned out by the overly complex cloak and dagger. But Episode 9 is important. Redefine enemy. For most of the season, the main threats were escaped convicts and violent criminals. But the real danger here is organized secrecy, manipulation, and betrayal. The shift from physical danger to systemic corruption gives this story new resonance, especially in a world where information is power and truth is often hidden beneath layers of power. The ending of Convergence builds perfectly around that cliffhanger. In the cold and looming hydroelectric dam, the two sides meet, but it remains to be seen who will retreat and at what cost. The blackout moment where Levi Taylor, Havelock, Hartman appears next to Sidney not only keeps viewers on edge, but also makes them question their loyalties and what's really at stake. It's a gamble and the show leans into it, so we sit with fear, anticipation, and anxiety. Overall, The Last Frontier Episode 9 delivers one of the strongest episodes of the season, combining character growth, moral ambiguity, narrative tension, and high stakes. It doesn't tie everything together. Rather, it deepens the mystery and heightens the emotional and ethical stakes of the ending. If your patience can handle the multi-layered plot and complex storyline, Convergence proves that the series still has the potential to redeem a chaotic season with a strong, character-driven climax.